All right, we're here with head coach Jody Wright before the Racers' senior day matchup with Missouri State this weekend. We'll open it up for any questions at this time.
I guess the same thing as the NDSU. What kind of notes were y'all taking?
Yeah, they were very. You can tell why they're the defending national champions. Of course, they played a really good game. They got heavy personnel. We, pounded the ball on us pretty good, but we had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. Moved the ball at times some. Played some good special teams, I felt like, but again, just not good enough. But we got to told our team we're going to keep working. We're going to keep working even harder this week and try to do anything we can to try to get a win this week versus Missouri State.
Does Indiana State's win give y'all inspiration for the rest of the year?
Yeah, they had a big win versus North Dakota. In this conference, we got to get to the point where we're up there with those teams that you feel like anybody can beat anybody any given week. And, we definitely know we got a lot to improve on. A lot we got to, fix recruiting, but there's a lot of things that we can fix on this current team to get our best football out of us. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow at practice and every day this week. So, I think our attitudes are good. We still got guys fighting, believing. We still got it's got a staff meeting, but, last week we had over 40-something guys injured. This week, we've probably got to even have more than that after the game. We still got our starting center out, starting running back out. We got our starting Mike linebacker out, and another one of our starting linebackers early from the season. So, we got a lot of guys out, a lot of guys banged up. Unfortunately, I feel like we've practiced well. We don't have a lot of soft tissue, pulled muscles. We've got more, broken bones, sprained bones, separated shoulders and hips and everything like that. And you're going to get that sometimes in a physical game, and that's football. But we got to keep getting bigger, faster, stronger, and next man up mentality.
Are these injuries happening from the way y'all are y'all getting hit? Are you falling wrong?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Sometimes, it's like James Cannon, a guy trying to get a football out, and it's a helmet, and some guys that the way they were tackled and falling on their collarbone or something, and that's happened. I would like to say we kind of had a little bit of tough luck with some of that this year, more than you would hope in a normal year. But we, like I tell our players all the time, we got to control. We can't sometimes control those injuries like life, and we got to move on and do everything we can to get better. And a lot of the guys that have been injured are working really hard to get back. A lot of them are, like I said, are having to play with some bumps and bruises. So, it's a battle every week, and it'll be a battle this week versus Missouri State. I was telling the team they've won seven straight ball games. And Coach Beard is in his second year. He's done a great job. And Coach Petrino on the offensive coordinator is doing a really good job. They are an excellent pass game. They've got weapons all across the board. They are, averaging, over 300 yards a game throwing the ball. So anytime you're doing that and averaging almost 10 yards per attempt in the pass game, you're doing a lot of good stuff. They got a lot of good pass schemes, but they execute at a high level. They protect well. So we're going to have our hands full. A couple of their receivers, Mr. Wood is a very dangerous threat. He's caught 47 balls. They've got really good running backs as well. Number 9, Mr. Wright, he's got almost 750 yards rushing on the season. So they got a lot of playmakers. On offense that we're gonna have to play some really good defense this week.
Well, an offense with a guy named Trina
Yeah.
coaching, you're not really surprised with the big numbers.
Yeah, he comes from his father who's always had good offenses and defensively, they've got a veteran group, big safeties, P.J. Hall and J.J. O'Neal, really good players. Linebackers are very active. They fly around. They do a good job, inside. They're very hard to block. They're very hard to double team. You try to double team them a lot of times because you single block A lot of teams haven't had a lot of success against that. And, they eat up double teams really well, make plays, and they keep you off their linebackers. So they're solid on all three levels on the defense as well. And so we're going to have to execute at a high level this week. And, I challenged our guys. We got, being senior day, a lot of our seniors. And, the last time they're going to have last home game here at Roy Stewart Stadium. So, we need a great crowd to honor those guys. That's, like I told them, the season probably hasn't gone the way we expected it to, but there's a lot of good that can still come out of the season, and we want to do everything we can to have our best game, to honor their legacy here.
Talk about the seniors. What have their impact been, and the leadership they've shown this year?
Yeah, we got a lot of seniors that we brought in. A couple from transfer portal, but there's a lot of them that's been around here, 4 and 5 years playing football, and unfortunately, they have not had the most success that they probably liked in their college career, and I hate that we couldn't have more wins this season. And we still got an opportunity with 3 games left to correct some of that, but I appreciate their work ethic from the time I was hired, that they bought in, and I think speaks highly of Coach Hood and his staff. They brought in some highly character young men that have been model citizens. I think model Murray State football players has represented this program in a first-class manner, and that's kind of my challenge for them and the guys that we brought in to, hey, leave your jersey better than you found it, and do everything you can to finish your last home game the way you want to, and this season the way you want to.
This is a team that these returning guys know well for not nice reasons. They felt they should have beaten them last year at spring field.
Yeah.
There's some motivation there.
Yeah, and it's of course some guys, C.J. Barnes, Von Reed, some guys that played, Ashton Flynn in that game last year. A lot of new players for us as we know, and be their first time playing them. But yes, anytime I think it helps confidence when you played a team before. Like I said, I wish we had 22 guys that have started and played against them, but we don't. But I think they're a better football team than they were last year. And they've like I said, they're probably playing their best football right now. After pulling off 7 straight wins, had a big win last week, 38-17 against a good Southern Illinois team, and Northern Iowa the week before. So, anytime a team comes in with a high-powered offense, you gotta try to find ways for your offense to stay on the field, and it starts with good first downs, and then trying to get it third downs because you want to keep them off the field and build some confidence that way. But the tough part is they're really good on defense as well. So, and solid on special teams. So, like I said, we got to play a 3-phase game, and it starts with good fundamentals. I thought we did a better job last week. We cut out some of the turnovers. Unfortunately, we still had some guys went in the right gaps at certain times, or we still got to make plays on the ball when we're covering guys one-on-one, or we have somebody in man coverage, we have to cover the man. So we got to continue to work on that. And, we'll have some more young players this week to get more opportunities in practice that you may see out there playing on Saturday.
I've got 2 more things. First of all, Jaden's numbers were pretty darn good.
Yeah.
When you look at the pass completion.
Yeah.
Yards.
Yeah.
What was SDSU doing to limit his yards per pass?
Yeah, they did a good job. You don't get a lot of balls behind them. And then probably the hardest thing, trying to throw the ball downfield against them, is the pass rush. They do a great job. They can get pressure on you by rushing 4 and dropping 7 into coverage. So, sometimes when you can play 4 deep, 3 underneath, and get a 4-man rush, it's tough. We had a couple deep balls. Either we didn't get off or didn't make a catch on or whatever. But, I thought Jaden did some good stuff in the game. Like I said, it was a tough environment to play in. I probably, looking back, it was probably maybe should have been a little more aggressive. We went for field goal to make it 21-6, and we were down 21-3. But it's felt like we need to get points there, and of course we had a fake punt that we didn't execute as well. So we. You need to execute those when you're playing the defending national championship defending national champions on the road, and we didn't. But give them credit. But I thought Jaden did some good things. I thought Jamison Holcomb came in and made some good throws. He stood in the pocket, took a couple of hits. And that was balls we were trying to throw down the field, and their D line's tough to hold out. And I'll give him credit. He's a tough young man. He stood there, kept his eyes down the field, and threw some good passes. We'll continue to keep working that, the timing with the receivers, and hopefully we can hit some bigger plays this week.
And when we talk about Missouri State, we talk about one of the most memorable games in the history of this program. I'm sure you're kind of familiar with the homecoming game, 72-59.
Yeah.
You'd love to have it.
I'd love to score 72. I hope we don't give up 72, but or even give up 59. But no, that's amazing. I'm sure I'd have to check with Racer Dave there to make sure. I'm sure that's probably one of the highest point totals in Murray State history, I would think, in a regulation game. So we definitely would take 72 or 50-something points this week, but hopefully they won't be scoring that many.
Well, you said you had 3 games left and you want to be in contention with all those teams at the top. What do you and especially the guys want to prove this week?
Yeah, I think like I tell our guys every week, we can't control who we play, but we can control how we play. And I think, just leaving your best version of football. And that's why I told some of our seniors, man, hey, just let loose and challenge our younger players. Hey, just lay it all on the line for these seniors one last time. And you would hope, I told the young guys, you hope when you're a senior that teams will do that for you as well. But, it's hopefully a lot of them will be able to have their families here and honor them, their senior legacy. And, it'll be emotional, probably some of them their last time. And, it'll be emotional for me. I wish I had a lot of them coming back to play next year. It seems like the seasons went by so fast, being our last home game. And, I can't thank Racer Nation and the crowd support we've had. And I know the results are not what we want on the win-loss record, but can't thank enough support. And I promise brighter days are coming, and we're working hard to fix some of the deficiencies that we've got to fix. I think to play at a high level consistently in this conference. So been working on that today and going to be working on that tomorrow. And, and like I said, it's anytime our coach has been working hard, and we'll be working hard this afternoon trying to figure out a way to slow down this Missouri State offense and try to figure out a way to get some first downs and some good special teams play on Saturday. So, but it's a great challenge and looking forward, and got a lot of respect for their program and their coaching staff and the way their teams play. So credit to them. And we're going to need everybody out there Saturday for senior day, and we're going to need to play our best football.
I actually do have one more. Sorry about that. How bad did James London need to have a good day on Saturday?
Yeah, James hit some good kicks, and we had him rushed out there one time and ended up calling a timeout. Told him I just did that to give him a practice kick so he could make another one. So I wish we could have got 6 points for making back-to-back, but I guess I iced my own kicker. But no, he had a good game, a lot of good touchbacks. He did a Tom well punted well too. So really pleased with some of our special teams play from the other night.
That was one of the times that James has had problems. Was last week against NDSU.
Yeah.
Right?
He did. There was a little bit of wind and stuff, but it was good to see him bounce back. He's a resilient young man, and he's I wish I knew enough about exact how to kick the ball. I know if it goes through the upright or not, but he did a great job bouncing back, and making all his kicks last week. Proud of him.